everybody! I'm continuing my Halloween series with my infected zombie bite. Now, a little lesson on zombies, being a zombie connoisseur and a frequent viewer of The Walking Dead. Depending on what kind of zombie you want to be, when you want to say, I want to be a zombie for Halloween, first you want to say, what kind of zombie do I want to be? How old of a zombie am I? And am I dead or alive? So in this makeup, in this case, I would still be alive, just barely, but I'm infected and I'm gonna turn at any moment. There's also the zombie where you're just turning, where you're just dead, and the zombie is a little bit more infected and you have more, it's more bloody. And then there's the old zombie where it's really gross and your body's decaying and you're still walking around even though you're supposed to be dead in the ground. And those are the zombies that would take more time. They would look cooler, more gross. The cool thing about the fresh zombies is it wouldn't take as much time if you're in a rush for Halloween. And it still looks cool. I mean, look how gross and disgusting this is without going full-on zombie. I will be doing a full-on zombie later on though, so don't worry, I have both tutorials coming up, but today I'm going to show you how to do a fresh zombie or someone who's just turning into a zombie. Anyway, if you're as excited as I am for this zombie makeup, or you want to see more zombies in the future, please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and smack the subscribe button and join the horsepower. Now, no more horsing around, let's get right into the video, and let's get started. First, I'm going to be going in with the lightest foundation I have in my arsenal, which is Kat Von D Light Neutral. It's like a few shades lighter than my own skin. We're on the verge of death. We're about to turn into a zombie, so you want to make yourself look super pale, like you're on the verge of death. While we still have our foundation, I'm going to continue working everywhere else. Seriously though, who wears this color in real life? If anyone's this pale, you need to get on the sun, girl. You need some vitamin D. Okay, maybe the rest of my body is this pale, so maybe I am a ghost. Now I'm gonna set the whole thing with translucent powder. For my face, I'm going to heavily contour my cheeks and my temple areas because we want to look sick and sunken in because we're pretty stressed out. We haven't eaten for a while. So make it a nice, deep contour. Next, we're going to take red eyeshadow and kind of shade lightly around the lips. That way it looks kind of infected and irritated. And then just a little bit of shading around the eyes. I'm going in now with this grayish purple. Next, I'm going in with this grayish purplish purple and shading around where I went in with the red, but not as far out. And don't do it in a whole bunch of places. Just do it in the areas where you applied the most red. And if you have your bite, the source of the infection, on a certain side, make sure you make it more infected on the same side. Alright, now that we've messed up our face quite a bit, we're moving on to the alcohol paints. Honestly, I'm doing this the whole reason I'm doing this is just to have a reason to try these out. I'm using the Skin Illustrator alcohol paints. If you don't plan on using a lot of them and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you have a budget, I would recommend the Onset palette. It's a lot smaller and it's a little bit cheaper than the regular size. I think this is like the regular version, the regular palette. And then I have the FX palette, also comes in the Onset size. And I'll be going in with a little bit of both. If you don't know anything about these paints, they'll only activate in 99% alcohol. not 96, not 97, not even 100, 99%. And I'm using a sponge. I tore a lot of pieces in it. You'll see a lot of smaller pieces and a few big pieces. So I'll be starting off with the yellow from the FX palette, and wherever you're planning your bite to be, just start dabbing the yellow. I'm using mostly alcohol with a little bit of paint, just to have that color in there first. Depending on how big you want your bite to be, you just want the yellow to be in the whole general area of the infection. I tried this paint out a little bit beforehand. I love it. The good thing about the alcohol paint is it's waterproof. If you get caught in the rain, it won't melt away. It'll only come off with 99% alcohol, which I would recommend just like using like a spray bottle like this, and then spray a little bit on your skin and then use a baby wipe and just wipe it off. Of course, when you're using alcohol, it's going to dry out your skin, so make sure you put some lotion or some kind of moisturizer on your skin afterwards. As you get further out, use more and more alcohol where the paint's getting more diluted. Now I'm going with the yellow again, but less alcohol and more paint, and just concentrate that in the center of the infection source. Now we'll be going in with the green paint, also from the FX palette, and just concentrating kind of in the center. Oh yeah, nice and disgusting. Just lightly dab it on there, just so it creates that gross texture. If the green takes over your life, you can go back in with the yellow and break it up. Now I'm going in with the pretty damp, it's pretty wet with alcohol and hardly any paint, and just break it up even further. Okay, I think we're ready to start the bite. I am using waddling wax. I was gonna say modeling wax from Graftobian. I'm going with the modeling wax, warming it up because it's pretty cold and not as moldable. Make sure you have something on your fingers that'll keep it from sticking. I'm using a makeup remover. You could also use probably olive oil or Vaseline. You'll need some sort of adhesive to apply the wax. I'm using spirit gum. I'm using spirit gum. Woo! If you're using spirit gum, make sure you tap it until it gets all sticky. And then just apply it just like that. And just kind of smooth it out. Anything else that shape, or you can use the spatula. Make sure you have a good amount of a makeup remover, and start creating the teeth marks. I don't know why, I just think this is the fun part. It's satisfying scraping the wax away. This is probably the back teeth right here. Assuming it's, I got a whole story here. It comes up from behind and then it like takes a bite right here. So that means the front teeth would probably be this side, and then the back teeth would be back here. To make a realistic zombie, you gotta know the story. You gotta know how you got bitten and why. When you're using the spatula, don't use anything sharp. This is not sharp at all. It's just something to scrape the wax away. To seal the wax, I'm using the prosthetic sealer from Mehron called Fixative A. And I'll just coat that. And I'll just let that dry for a few minutes. Once you've let this set and dried, you want to powder that sucker with translucent powder to have it set. I'll be going in with Blood Tone from the FX palette. I keep wanting to dip my brush in water. I just need to get that water out of here. You just want to go in every tooth bite and paint it on there. I'm using mostly paint, hardly any alcohol. And then just in the inside, you want to add a little bit of black to deepen the hole. If you want to blend the colors more, you could just wet down your brush with alcohol and just smear it back out. Alright, I'm going in with the blood tone again, and very wetted down with alcohol, and just slightly tapping it on over the wax. And try to keep the red kind of around the bite area. If you lose the green and yellow a little bit, you can add more back in. You know what? I'm just gonna extend it all the way up, like it's spreading. And I'll just take a brush and just kind of darken it a little bit around the bite area. I mixed a little bit of the blood tone and ultra blue from the FX palette to make like this kind of purplish color. And I'm just using like just the edge of my sponge and quite a bit of alcohol, just kind of dabbing it right in the wound. Let's go with the blue and kind of just darkening certain areas, just kind of getting in there with the brush where the sponge probably couldn't reach. This is my favorite part. Now we get to work on the veins. Okay, finally moving on to the regular palette. I'm going in with the vein tone. And just like it says, I'm making veins. And just so it doesn't pop out too much, just pat it down, back down with your finger. I could literally create veins all day. Once you're satisfied with how much blue veins you put on, now you can go in with just a few like red veins. You'll concentrate this right from the bite. And I'm thinking if the zombie virus was infecting me, it would probably go right to my head because the zombie virus attacks your brain. Being a Walking Dead fan, so I'm trying to make most of the infection kind of go up toward my head. Little zombie 101. Okay, I'm about done with the zombie bite. Now I'm just gonna make my face look more infected. I'm gonna take a little bit of gray eyeshadow and just make some dark circles because I'm dying here. If you have a red eyeliner, go ahead and line the bottom of your eyes. I can't find my red eyeliner anywhere, so instead I'm using Trick from Urban Decay. It's the closest one I have to the red. One of the last things I'm gonna do is fix my eyebrows. I'm dying, but I want to look good while I'm dying. Last thing I'm gonna do is set everything. And we're done.